So then, with the release of OLED displays inside the likes of the iPad Pro, when is the likes of, say, the MacBook Pros and, say, the MacBook Airs, when are they going to get these incredible new OLED displays? Well, today I want to talk to you when these new displays are coming, the likelihood on all of the MacBooks, and then also I'm going to talk about if there's the possibility that we may even see a touchscreen MacBook in the future too. But first of all, let's talk about OLED displays. So if you know your history already, then you'll know that the likes of, say, the Apple Watch and let's say the iPhones, they all have OLED displays in them right now. And they have for the last few generations. Well, at least all of the models have. But the good thing is that this has started to spread into other Apple products too. So just a couple of months ago, we got the introduction of the iPad Pro with the M4 chipset, but we also got the brand new tandem OLED display inside the iPad Pros. And I, for one, reviewed these iPad Pros, and I've got to say, this is definitely the best OLED display that I've ever seen on a mobile device out of all the companies that I've tested out. So I'm talking the likes of Samsung, LG, multiple companies out there. Just the way how Apple have tuned the OLED displays to the way they want it, even though the actual displays might not be made by them directly, they actually instruct companies how to actually make those displays. And they are absolutely amazing on the iPad Pros. The good news is, it looks like if this is moving over to the likes of, say, the MacBook Pros into the future, but you're probably wondering when this is going to happen. Well, we've had multiple leaks and rumours over the previous years, and there was quite a few in 2023, targeting that 2027 was the likelihood that we were going to get OLED displays. And you can see here a good amount of leaks coming in for this. But we did have a leak at the end of May time, as you can see right here, what tells us that actually OLED displays are coming to the MacBook Pro in 2026. And to be deadly honest with you, this is a strong possibility. If you follow me along here, most likely at the end of 2024 or even into early 2025, we've had this report in here from Mark Gurman telling us that the next generation of MacBook Pros are coming along with the M4, the M4 Pro and the M4 Max inside of it. Like I said, end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. So if that is the case, then Apple probably wouldn't actually update their MacBook Pros for probably at least another year later, and you've got that right. That means we'd be going into early kind of 2026 time. And with this is most likely going to be the case, because if you look at this timeline here, it looks like the M4 journey is going to continue on for a good part of 2025. So this would mean then that the M4 MacBook Pros are probably going to be the last MacBook Pros to have the mini LED display in them, and there is the potential this could be the last time we actually see the current design of the MacBook Pro. And this would mean then that when we get to the M5 series, say in 2026, we could actually see a brand new design MacBook Pro at that time with an OLED display inside of it, and obviously with all the M5, M5 Pro and the M5 Max inside of it too. But there again, this may not happen at all. At the end of the day, just to only have, say, 4 generations of the MacBook Pro to have the M4, the M3, the M2 and the M1 sort of series inside of it does seem a short amount of time. So the possibility of these older leaks here saying 2027, that could also still be a possibility too, and that this would probably be more like the M6 sort of generation when we'd actually get this. And this is most likely more likely the time, because at the end of the day, Apple like to keep their designs for their MacBook Pros for around about, say, 5 to 6 years. And remember, we got the current design of the MacBook Pro in the end of 2021. So, you know, if you did 5 years later there, that would come to the end of 2026, maybe even touching into early 2027 time. What I'll say is right now, as it stands, is that it's probably most likely going to be the case that it is going to be probably sort of early 2026 to the end of 2026 when we could actually get these new OLED displays, especially now that the likes of the iPad Pros have got these inside of them. And a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, when can I get this amazing screen inside of a MacBook Pro? And Apple will be aware of that. Don't forget, in the past, we got mini LED displays put inside the likes of the iPad Pro, and that was around about April, May time in 2021. Obviously, this was only in the 12.9-inch model, but then later on that year, that's when we got mini LED displays put inside the MacBook Pro straight after. And people are probably going to be thinking this is going to be the same approach here that Apple want to take, but I'm afraid it is not going to be the case here. It looks like we're going to have to wait at least a good amount of, say, 18 months from now, at least at the very earliest, until we actually get OLED displays inside the MacBook Pros. And just in case you're wondering too, what about, say, the MacBook Air? Well, that's probably going to come much more later on. According to this leak as well, it does actually say that Apple want to roll out OLED into all of their sort of devices, all their MacBook devices into the future. So with this, if say the MacBook Pro with an OLED display comes out first of all, then in 2026, we're probably going to be targeting the end of 2027 or 2028 even, before an OLED display actually makes its way towards, say, a MacBook Air. Remember, the design of the MacBook Air as well is even newer than the likes of the design of the MacBook Pro. Okay, there isn't much in it. It's only around about, say, 9 months newer, but obviously Apple probably want to stage this out, and also to keep the prices around the same as they want now, they're probably not going to introduce an OLED display into their MacBook Air at this stage. But the cool thing is, if you do want to have an OLED display inside an Apple device and a big screen too, well, you should check out the end of September giveaway we're doing on this channel. And that's right, guys, I'm giving away an iPad Pro to one lucky subscriber at the end of September time. And you can enter in right now. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is just put down in the comments below of what technology gear you're planning to get in 2024. This could be Apple, it doesn't have to be. Just put it down into the comments below. And also, guys, like I said, it's going to go to one lucky subscriber, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, also hit that notification bell, because near the end of September I'll be making a video with a few more guidelines and bits and pieces for the giveaway, including a little form to fill in too, so you won't want to miss out on that video. But let me tell you a little bit more about this iPad Pro. So this one actually is a 512GB model, and it's also got here a 13-inch display with the M4 inside of it. And not only this, guys, I'm giving this away, but I'm also going to give that lucky subscriber one of these two. This here is a Magic Keyboard for this iPad Pro, and you will also get this too in this giveaway. So that is really, really cool news to hear. The other thing I just want to quickly say to you guys, I love doing these giveaways and things like this, and it's the reason why that, you know, you guys tuning into these channels and tuning into these videos is why I actually do all of this. So I want to say a big, big thank you. And if you want to share your appreciation with putting a comment down below, I really, really appreciate that, or super thanks or anything like that, that would be really cool too, because obviously a lot of effort goes into making these videos. The other thing I just want to quickly say to you guys, that sadly still there are lots of scammers and spammers still, people commenting telling you to Telegram or to WhatsApp and things like this, and you know, telling you to part with money for postage too. Please do ignore these people, because at the end of the day they're just trying to get money off you, and like I said, they're scammers and spammers, so please do ignore them, or better still, you can see right here, please do report them. So next of all, let's talk about the idea of a touchscreen MacBook Pro. Is it actually ever going to come to be? Because at the end of the day, like the new Snapdragon sort of laptops, a lot of these had a touchscreen inside of them, not all of them, but quite a lot of sort of premium laptops actually have this inside of it. Well, Apple tried approaching kind of the touch sort of era a few years ago. Do you remember when we had the brand new MacBook Pros in 2016, and this actually had the touch bar? And at the end of the day, more people hated it than loved it. They didn't actually want to actually have a touch screen actually on the actual device. Apple didn't, and they believe that the touch bar is better. And obviously this did not go down well at all with the community. It just didn't work exactly the way people prefer to have physical keys, and that's why the MacBook Pro still has them today. However, we have had a few leaks and rumors along the way that said that Apple might introduce a touch screen, and I would say if this new OLED display is going to come about, maybe this might be the time at last that Apple actually introduce a touchscreen into the likes of a MacBook Pro. But what I would say is if it did actually happen, don't expect the likelihood that, you know, your actual screen will be able to fold over to the back of your MacBook and you'll be able to use it like a tablet. Apple still want to sell iPads into the future, so it doesn't look like this would change anytime soon. But like I said, there's nothing fully concrete that touchscreen sort of MacBooks are on their way. So we do have a few patents and things like this, but there's, like I said, there's nothing official saying that it's going to be coming in the next couple of years. So for now, I would say take it with a grain of salt that we will get touchscreen MacBook Pros in the near future. But with that as well, guys, are you excited about the new MacBooks in the future with an OLED display? Are you going to still buy yourself a mini LED sort of MacBook Pro in the near future? Or are you going to hold out now to the OLED ones that might come in about 18 months at the earliest? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons too, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.